y bienvenidos a la Deuces Wild Daily Hustle. Soy Enrique Byrnes y presidente de esa mejor cerveza. No abate por No Filter Network. Miguelito Santiaguito, not with us this morning, but you can find him on No Filter Network, the Mind Bender podcast. If you're an aspiring young pro baseball player or just anybody looking for some sort of mental juice, let's put it that way, go watch our boy Kowalski. It is legit. Will the Thrill Clark not with us today? Will be back with us on Tuesday. But regardless, we come on here each and every single morning. We come on here and we properly salute our boys and each and every one of you. Yes, 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 yes. Woo! Remember this, folks. When we are juiceful, we are useful. And when we are juiceless, we are fucking useless. A very pleasant good morning to you on this, the 22nd day of August 2025. Let's not forget we are sponsored by the Foot Reflexology Board, where you can get that at ericbyrnes.com if you're looking to improve blood circulation, decrease inflammation, alleviate pain. I stand on the board each and every single morning and night. Not a doctor, not a lawyer, did not stay at a Holiday Inn Express, but I can tell you through experience, this shit works. Eric Byrnes, EricByrnes.com for that sale of the footboard, where you can also put up a Daily Hustle 222 Unfiltered Life guidance from a human crash test dummy. And don't forget the Let Them Play parenting and coaching guide to youth sports. Okay. Oh, yeah. Grab yourself a little flippy. You see the smiling double bird guy. It's not a fuck you to the world. Not at all. And that's what the smile's about. It's just a little bit of a fuck you to the naysayers, to the detractors, to all the obstacles that we will encounter in our life. We want to stay focused, stay grounded, and this is our pathway. So you can pick up a flippy there as well as an F it list. All right, I just got done writing this Daily Hustle. Really special day for me. And it's funny because as this day comes around, each year, I enjoy going back and rehashing it. Now, I did a video, I think it was last year, that went viral. And that's cool and everything, whatever. And I probably could have dug up that video, resurfaced it, thrown it out on social media again because of this day. And I'm sure it probably would have done well. But it's kind of like when I started writing. And I would tell people, look, I like to share my writings, and that's cool. And I'm glad that somebody may be able to get something out of them. But I don't write for you. I write for me. And so when it comes to today, and I'll explain it for a minute for those at home going, what the fuck are you talking about, Byrnes? I like going back over this day. For me, it was a day that I know I will never forget, and something I will forever treasure in my heart. And I think each time I go back and reflect upon it, there's little intricacies that I'll remember that are really fucking cool. And even now, messages I think that you could take out of something years later and go back and look at it and be like, whoa, wait, hold on a second. This is what I trained for. So, without further ado, here we go. If you are on the Daily Hustle email list, this will come out shortly. I will have some variation on social media as well a little bit later. For those getting the pod, though, this is the place where I share first. the Daily Hustle for Friday. Today is August 22nd, 2025, and on this day, a quarter century ago, I made my Major League debut. Daily Hustle quote of the day. This is what I trained for. Daily Hustle translation. 25 years ago yesterday, I was playing in Sacramento when I blew the ball down the right field line with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning, down by 2 runs. I noticed the right fielder jogging after the ball, so I kicked my ass into gear and busted it to second. The right fielder picked up the ball and proceeded to make a perfect throw to second base. I was out, and the game was over. Although my hustle could be applauded, I had broken the cardinal rule of getting thrown out in the final inning when I wasn't the tying or winning run. Roy White, our legendary hitting coach, came up to me with a very stern look on his face and said, quote, Bob wants to see you in his office. Bob Guerin was our manager, and when I arrived at his office, I got the lecture I expected. Byrnesy, you're too good and too smart of a ball player to make that mistake. What I didn't expect was what came next. Quote, whatever you do, don't make that same mistake in Cleveland tomorrow night. Cleveland? Who's playing in Cleveland? The A's are, and you will be in the starting lineup. You are going to the show. Are you serious? Don't fuck with me, Bob. Pack your shit up, Byrnes, and get some rest. You have a 6 a.m. flight. Chills engulfed my body as I sat there in a bit of shock. I then called my mom, my dad, my sister, before going back to my apartment at Sac, where I crushed some Jack in the Box and a 40 of Mickey's fine malt liquor while watching Seinfeld reruns all night. I didn't arrive at the stadium in Cleveland until 6 p.m. for the 7 p.m. game. I tried to get into the stadium, but did not have an MLB player's card, so the security guard wouldn't let me in. Apparently, he tried calling the clubhouse, but could not get anyone to answer. So, here I was, on a day where I was to fulfill my lifelong dream of playing Major League Baseball, and I couldn't get into the fucking stadium. Finally, a fan randomly showed up with one of my minor league baseball cards. So I used that along with my driver's license to get into the park. With just 30 minutes to go before the game, I walked into the A's clubhouse in manager Art Howe's office. Quote, welcome to the big leagues, kid. I didn't think you were going to make it. I got you hitting 7th. Go get him. I then proceeded into the locker room where a gray Oakland jersey with the number 22 and Byrnes on the back hung from above. I didn't have time to get all nostalgic about the fact they'd given me my favorite player, Will Clark's number. At this point, I had about 15 minutes to get ready for a big league baseball game. I quickly got dressed, walked down to the dugout, introducing myself to teammates along the way, and sprinted out to center field. As the national anthem played, I said a prayer, reminded myself to slow the game down, felt the air pass through my nostrils, and for the first time, took it all in. I was ready. This is what I had trained for. I led off the top of the second inning, fell behind 1-2. Then, like I had done so many times before against the big blue Iron Mite pitching machine in my backyard, I smoked a 2-seam Chuck Finley heater right back up the middle for my first big league knock. I was 2 for 4 with the stolen base headed into my final at bat when Indians reliever Steve Reed hung me a slider. I took a monster hack at the pitch and fouled it straight back. Reed yelled something at me from the pitcher's mound, then proceeded to drill me in the ass with the next pitch. As I put my head down and ran to first, our dugout erupted. Apparently, Steve-O didn't appreciate a rookie swinging so hard and felt he needed to send a message. Well, hot damn, how times have changed. Well, we then proceeded to throw behind Sandy Alomar. Both pitches cleared, and it was on. Figuring I was the cause of all this, I made sure to be on the front line where I found myself face-to-face with an irate David Segui, known as one of the baddest motherfuckers in Major League Baseball. Matt Stairs quickly came between us, and I then found myself toe-to-toe with Omar Vizquel. I couldn't help myself. What's up, Omar? Big fan. After the game, I went back to the hotel room to decompress and rehash the wild day with my family and agent. Well, then, my hotel phone rang. Byrnes, it's Stairs. Get your ass down to the hotel lobby bar. Waiting for me at the bar was a Coors Light and a shot of Jägermeister. We pounded the Jaeger, then took the Coors Light to go as we headed to Christie's Cabaret, where Stairs treated me to bottomless beers and endless lap dances the rest of the night. 25 years later now, as I once again reflect upon this wild 25-hour experience, I will certainly forever be grateful I was prepared to endure everything that came my way that day. That was what I trained for. Oh, yeah. Such a fucking cool day, man. And here's the thing. And I was thinking about this as I was writing this today. Yeah, the moment in the box, trained for it, right? Everything on a big league field. I thought back to how and why I had so much confidence. It seems like a lot, right? You're this rookie, you're thrust into this situation, you're in Cleveland, and I'm like 400 something consecutive sellouts in Cleveland. Just wild, crazy stuff, right? And I'm out there, and I remember standing in center field, like I said, and I just ran out there to warm up. Basically, center field, I'm doing leg swings, all this other stuff, stretching, kind of by myself. And as I took it all in, it was like, yeah, this is where I belong. Well, we get to that point because of the work that we had put in. But then you go even further and falling behind to Chuck Finley. 1-2, banging the base hit up the middle, ripping a bag. All of it. I was prepared for it. But then you add in all the extracurricular bullshit that went on, whether it was the night before and the drama of getting thrown out at second base, and then Bob called me into the office. And then on top of that, being late and being stuck outside the stadium and having to remain relatively calm in that situation, as obviously there was some sort of panic going on internally. The Stairs stuff, getting the call on the hotel phone, going down there and having the Jaeger and going and drinking the Coors Lights. And I don't know, it probably wasn't that many. It wasn't like I wouldn't get absolutely wasted, but it was, maybe 3-4 more Coors Lights, and it's an incredible night. But literally, you spend your time and every single day, no matter what you do, and you're training for life. I think that's the best way to put it. People used to always ask me, what are you training for? And especially in the endurance world. Like, what race you got coming up? I was like, training for life. And if you think about it, when we do train, when we do put in that work, when we do get up and hustle and just go out on a daily basis and fucking live, we are training for life. We're living for the now, and by us living our life in the moment, we're actually preparing ourselves for the next grand opportunity or situation in which we're going to encounter. So really that whole day was training for life. All right, good chance to come back on later tonight. So much more I want to get into, but I wanted to hit this daily hustle early and just kind of share this special day, quarter century now. Quarter fucking century. That is wild. Anyhow. Everyone stay tuned for the next Deuces Wild Daily Hustle. Huge weekend coming up in Major League Baseball. One of the things I'm looking forward to is Bubba Chandler. The Pirates prospect called up to the big leagues, throws 100 miles per hour. Really something kind of interesting. They're calling him up as a longer reliever, so they're not giving him the ball and having him make that start. I know Chris Sale started that way. There's a few other premier starting pitchers, Cy Young Award winners that have gone through the process like this. Yeah, I I don't know. I don't necessarily love it. I think he's that talented. He's that good. This is a guy that actually was going to Clemson on a football scholarship. He throws with both hands. Apparently, he could damn near throw 90 miles per hour with his left. It is really cool. He was also a two-way player that ended up just focusing on pitching. But this is one of the most talented kids that has potentially ever played Major League Baseball. Now, what does that mean? I don't know. But I will say that he's going to be fun to watch one way or another, and I'm sure it's just a matter of time before he becomes a superstar in this game. All right, everyone have a great day. That's it. See ya.